All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here, of course, talking about real music, real issues, real morons in real time for real people, just like you and just like me. So, I've kind of taken a break from talking about the thing because I'm tired of it, quite frankly. And there haven't been quite as many stories in the media, or at least in the rock media. But Rolling Stone called out Eric Clapton because apparently Clapton played a gig down in New Orleans at a place called the Smoothie King Center. Rolling Stone didn't know there was a place called Smoothie King, and that was interesting to them. But they say this is a notable event because Eric Clapton, by playing this event, basically undid the quote unquote ridiculous stance he took on doing the thing, even though Clapton had some very adverse things happen to him, which apparently Rolling Stone and the entire universe doesn't really care about. Now, is Clapton a hypocrite for doing this? Yeah, I'd like to hear his explanation as to why he went and did this, but this is how they word it. This is how they are so invested in this new religion. The musician and public health skeptic, not health skeptic, he's a public health skeptic. Now, what's the difference between public health and just health in general? Because public health implies, I don't know, overlords, oligarchs, dictators. By the way, people who don't know all that much about healthcare, the people who know about healthcare are the people who treat people, not the people who are bureaucrats that huddle in boardrooms or, the administrators at hospitals who are trying to make lots of money for their hospital. That's all they're doing. And look, if being a skeptic is a bad thing, I don't know anymore. Like, everybody is supposed to just walk in lockstep. Now, it's so funny because they even say, while the rest of the music industry has embraced mandates as the only way of ensuring safe concerts. Now, this is very interesting. In other words, the rest of the music industry has embraced tyranny, complete tyranny, telling you what you need to do with your own body. That's what the music industry has endorsed. And they basically, they admit that everybody is in lockstep. Have you heard of Operation Lockstep? It is a thing, by the way, and we are in the midst of it. He broke that absurd promise. So they are, celebrating that he broke the absurd promise? Why is the promise absurd? Okay, and yeah, is this disappointing? Especially after what Clapton, has said publicly. Yeah, this is, I'm just not sure why he went and did this, unless he didn't know, which I'm not going to cut him that much slack. This place, by the way, says that you have to have at least one dose, which, by the way, here's the definition of one dose right now. If you show up at the hospital and you've only had one dose, guess what? That means you haven't done the thing. True story. In fact, if you've had two of them and you show up at the hospital within 14 days, it's still recorded as you not having done the thing. So according to this article, reading this article, the way it's written, you have to have at least one dose, or you provide a test taken within 72 hours. And by the way, all those tests are over-calibrated. They're over-calibrated. In fact, when they were under-calibrated for a little while, and this is a true story, January 20th of this year. Any weird thing happen on January 20th? I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I really don't care at this point. If you want to play this game and you want to, bow at the altar of public health, I just can't believe this sentence. Okay. And oh, I just want to finish here because this is great. I would never go to this Smoothie King place. So you have to have a test within 72 hours. Moreover, you must wear a medical device on your face while not eating or drinking. Wow. So, hey, Eric, bad move, buddy. Bad move. Again, this sentence here says it all. The musician and public health skeptic. Does that not sound like a religion to you? I mean, do you believe in God? Are you a skeptic? Do you not believe in public health? These people, I'm telling you what, it's beyond brainwashing. And plus, we've been doing this for like 18, 19 months now. And I do not see any end in sight. The fact that they would write an article here, oh, what a hypocrite. Yes, I agree. He's a hypocrite, but they're taking joy in this in a way that just shows how invested they are in this new religion. You don't have to agree with me, but I've never like seen people just convert. You know, you have to have faith. Your religion, you have to kind of believe in something that you can't see, that you can't quantify. These people say they believe in public health, right? Are the hospitals doing a really good job right now treating patients? Anybody? Bueller? Anybody out there think the hospitals are doing a great job? This should be something that they can control and handle, but they brag each day, and I hate to use the word brag, but they put it out there and they tell you how many people they've lost each day to scare you. But I'm starting to, fire back at people and say, okay, well, what a crappy hospital. I mean, it's a tragedy. If I were that family, I would be outraged. I mean, this is something, folks, that, let me put it this way. If you know about it right away, you can do something about it. Most of the time, people have other things that are affecting their bodies, and they may have had these things for quite a long time. So if you combine what they were experiencing before and combine it with this whole scenario, yeah, definitely some bad stuff can happen. But this idea that Eric Clapton is a public health skeptic, this whole thing just really frosts my rear end. And it's crazy where they basically say, well, we all bundle, we all do this, and why he took this absurd stance. I've seen pictures all around the world of people taking the more dedicated, apparently, than Eric Clapton, absurd stance where they're in the streets. I've seen stampedes of people. I've seen ginormous crowds of people getting together because they're all public health skeptics. It's incredible. You don't do what we do? You don't believe in this? Yeah, well, again, I'll use my restaurant analogy. I went to this restaurant. I'm Eric Clapton. I go to the restaurant and I had really bad service. So I did a little, video about it. And I said, and actually Eric Clapton has recorded music, right? So the music kind of stands on its own, but Clapton should kind of adhere to his stance and not, play the Smoothie King arena or whatever it's called. But these people will jump on you. They will absolutely try to destroy you. They've been trying to destroy this guy going back to, the 70s and things he said to try to make him look bad. He's one of the greatest guitar players in history. And that new song that he put out, 2 million views or something on YouTube, and nobody, you think anyone will play that song on the radio ever? I mean, it's a great historical marker for the year 2021 to see where some people were. And by the way, is Van Morrison equally, a skeptic of public health? Probably. But, the rest of the music industry walked in lockstep. And Eric Clapton defied that, a ridiculous stance that he took. How about courageous up until the point where he played the Smoothie King? All right, it was courageous. And I don't know, the spirit of rock and roll and rebellion is gone. It's completely gone. And Rolling Stone, it's another corporate publication. It's a sellout. It's a sellout magazine. Rolling Stone, what happened to your streak of rebelliousness? What happened to sticking it to the man? The man is the public health religion. The man controls the public health religion that you now are bowing down and worshiping. This is just pathetic. And I'll continue to call it out so long as I can.